Hello, hello, hello. It's me, Colin Clapp again, online marketing done for you, wherever you are in the world. Hello, hope you're having a great day. So yeah, this week we are continuing our dive into improving website effectiveness to improve your website return on investment. That is what it is all about. I'll recap in a minute, but yeah, so today's topic is what really interests your visitors. So that's the same as the analogy, if someone comes into your shop, which parts of the shop are they really interested in, which goods and services piques their interest, and how can you use that information? So that is today's topic. But before I go on, remember, if you know anyone who is suffering from the frustration of unfulfilled website expectations, please share this talk. This series of talks is for any small business owner who has never received a website performance report, or they have, but it's so long ago they wouldn't know where or how they get it again. Or they have, but it was all too overwhelming. So remember that sometimes all of this stuff can be too overwhelming. But they'll be pleased to know they're not alone, and there are certainly easier ways to do it. And a bit later on, I will give a link where you can get hold of the video series and some blog posts and some free tools. There's a return on investment calculator that we've got on the website. You might be interested in that. So yes, let's move on. Okay, so just to recap, so last week we did quite a deep dive into to me the problem is it's just plain wrong to have a website and not get a return on investment. To not know the score when you're playing the game, it's just, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't buy a season ticket to a sporting franchise and never allow them not to show you the score. You just wouldn't do that, and it should be the same for your website. If you don't know the score, how can you improve the asset? How can you make sure you can play better and get a better result? And that's what this is all about. So last week we looked into, there's a shareholder, stakeholder responsibility to that. You shouldn't just be wanting to spend money on a website and then forget about it. It's got to earn its keep, okay? And just because it launched with a hiss and a roar and didn't live up to expectations, what I call the disease of unfulfilled website expectations, doesn't mean it can't be improved. So this is not about a new website. This is about getting more out of your existing website. So we looked at the principles of search, how search works, how search engines work, and the dangers of you can't manage what you can't measure. So the benefits of having analytics, you can use that data to improve your website, and then you can use that to improve your business. So let's just dive into the nitty-gritty. This week's a bit more nitty-gritty, diving into the actual data, what's possible. And today's topic is page views to learn what really interests your website visitors. So I'm going to change screen and screen share so that you can see what I'm talking about. But just first of all, I've written an article on this, and it will include, I'll include the link a bit later on, so where you can get hold of this article and a few other things. But yeah, so what we're looking at here is Google Analytics page views. And say, my job is not to be techie. So this is just kind of sort of get over this a little bit, but really get down to the sort of forget the techie side, and then move on to the why it's important and how you can improve. But just for the technical minded out there. So the second, So Google Analytics page views are recorded every time a page is viewed. So when you go surfing on the website, every time you hit a page, that counts as a page view. If you refresh a page, that is recorded as a page view. And if you open a new session in a browser, that is counted as a page view. So if people are taking these actions, like going to certain pages, they're interested in those pages, okay? And if they refresh, there could be a chance that something's happened that's made them want to see that again. So again, we want to be curious about this. And if they open up in a new browser, it could be that they finish work and they want to go back and see it in another browser. So we're not overly worried whether it's the same person. We just want to see that if those page views are going up, why are they going up? And which goods or services, which pages are interesting, because there may be insights that you can use that will help you understand what products or services you can offer. So, as I say, let's go into screen sharing mode and take a look at those. Okay, so here we are on Google Analytics, and you can see, even if you just go straight to Google Analytics, I haven't signed in on this window, but yeah, it's all about get to know your customers. So that's exactly what Google gives you all these free tools, and we want you to use them to your advantage. So we have logged in on another screen, so let's just go to that screen, and there we go. Cool. So we are logged in here. Remember, we are using live demo data from Google Analytics' own store, so we don't break any confidentiality. So we're logged in. The first thing we want to do is we want to go to behavior, and here overview we can see number of page views. So here we get the number of page views, and in this case I'm not really interested in the number. What we're trying to find out today is what they're interested in. So we're just going to go down to site content and all pages, and this is what excites me about this particular subject, because what interests you is this list, and now you can start to see a huge list. You can change to see how many pages, so you can change to see as many pages as you want. I'll just make that 50, so you can, Google's obviously got thousands of pages. But here, if this was your website, imagine if each page was listed, and you can sort by page views, up and down, what pages are people interested in, and what pages are they not interested in. Now, there's a lot of other data here, like average time on page, bounces, entrances, and we're going to look at those in the next couple of days. But right now, it's just what are they interested in. Just this list alone is what it's all about. Here, this is the equivalent of people walking into your store or ringing up and asking specific questions. Here you can see which pages they're interested in. So if you can see they're interested in these sorts of things, and then sales are not going particularly well in those areas, then you know you've got a conversion problem. Like I said yesterday, it's like people going into your shop, going over to one corner. You can see a congregation of people on one corner of your shop, but they're not buying. Well, then you haven't got a problem getting them into your store, then you've got a problem with converting. And it could be that they don't like the colours, they don't like the way they're displayed, they might not like the quality. It could be anything, but it's up to you to find out. But if it's better to know that they're interested in those things than not to have any clue whatsoever. Okay, so So that's how you find it. The other thing we want to look at was pages per session. So if we here you click on audience and overview, and what you'll see is you can get a pages per session. We're not going to dive too deeply into pages per session, but again, that's another stat. It's an indication of how interested people are in your website. I'm going to look at how interested they are tomorrow. As I say, what we're really interested in is today is the what. So once again, we go to behaviour, Google Analytics, and then site content, all pages, and you've got a really good overview of the things they are interested in. Cool. So, how can we use this? And how can you improve it? So once again, remember, We're not trying to get anal about any one particular number, but what we are we're looking for is like week on week, month on month comparisons. If you're running marketing campaigns or dropping some advertising dollars, you're going to want to know that people are responding, and these are ways you can find out. Because if you're dropping all this money on advertising and you're not getting a return on that investment, this could be a clue. But, especially if you've just driven traffic to the sort of top of your website, or like the home page, I would say that that's not necessarily a good idea because it's probably very generic and you're not going to be able to tell what they're really interested in. But if you can see how they've navigated from your home page down, you might get some clues as to what they are interested in. Okay, so how can you use this? How can you use this information, and what can you do to find out, and not so much find out, but get some more information about what they're interested in. So let's use an example. New content is a great way to do that. So let's say we'll search long-term fitness goals. Excuse me. And what we're looking at here is clues that we can provide other things. So here what I want is that search is related to long-term fitness goals. So you see how Google search is actually giving you some clues at the bottom of the search results of other examples that people are searching for. Okay? So if you wanted to write new content, there may be some clues in this list of how you could even break your content up to create new pages that they could be interested in. So if you found there was a page that had a lot of things listed on it, you might have all the services we offer, and it may be that each of those services really deserves a page on its own. So look into those things. Another way to get more people interested in to improving what they're looking for is to make sure there's good internal linking on your website. So if you are referring to another product or service or a person or anything that is mentioned elsewhere on your site, make sure there is an internal link. This will help increase the page views and keep people on your site where you can be driving them towards calls to actions. Okay? And that is the last one, is calls to actions. Make sure that on each page, and let me just come back. Okay, yeah, so I really wanted to make sure that you don't get bogged down in the technical side of things. It's the principles of business and how you can use the data to make this work for you. So calls to actions on each page is really fitting in with that, what we talked about yesterday, in making sure that each page does its job. So you want each page to be answering a question. So when someone is searching something on Google, on the search console, and it doesn't matter whether it's Google or Bing or Yahoo, when they type in something, if you offer goods or services in that field, you want to be making sure that you've answered that question so that your website is one of the top ones that comes up in the search rankings. Because if it's not, you're invisible. And it doesn't matter how good your website looks, if you're not coming up in the search rankings, you're not getting found. So again, business coaches, landscape gardeners, event managers, furniture manufacturers, landscape gardeners, accountants, lawyers, it really doesn't matter what business you're in. Is your website answering the questions, carpets, rugs, bathrooms? If people are looking for these things and your website pages are not answering the question, you are not getting found. Okay, so make sure you have a page dedicated to answering that question, and make sure there is a single call to action on that page that gives your visitor an incentive to do something. Okay? All right. I think we've gone on long enough. As I say, I don't want to make this a deep technical dive. I just want to show you what's possible. And actually, just before I showed you that, you can see this information, I can relate to that this can be overwhelming. So I'd just like to put it out. Would you prefer to see that, or would you prefer to see something like this? So that image there, you could have that in an email. So instead of having to log into Google Analytics each week or month, which could be overwhelming, could be a pain in the backside, you could just have an email telling you page views and sessions, and you're already better off data-wise than that. So just keep that in the back of your mind. All right. Okay, so let's go back. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap up in just a second. And as I say, this is not all about being techie. This is about making sure you've got access to data and you can use it to your advantage to make better marketing decisions. Okay. All right, so let's wrap up. Yeah, so remember, making friends with Google can help improve your business, and Google gives you free tools to help you do so. So we'll be back tomorrow, so tune in again tomorrow when I'm going to look at how you can find out how much visitors are interested in your website. So today we looked at, so yesterday was like how many people are coming into your store. Today we're looking at what they were interested in, and then tomorrow it's particularly how much they are interested. Because again, if you can get an indication of how much they're interested in and you're not converting their sales, then you'll know there's something about that product or service or the information you're providing that is not giving people what they want. Okay, so tomorrow, how much are your visitors interested in the website? And remember, if you want to catch up on anything that we've been talking about in the last week, or any of the links I've talked about, if you go to onlinemarketingdoneforyou.com/links, I'll put it on the screen there. You should be able to get access to the blog post, to return on investment calculator, to the video series, all sorts of things. So, okay, so that is enough from me. Hope you've got something out of this. Remember to share, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care now. Bye-bye.